Yo, what's up everyone? Let's have a look at the story of the Iron Golem. The Iron Guardian we don't deserve.
In the red corner, we have the Italian champion, the Iron Golem. Don't bother throwing flowers at this fighter, ladies and gentlemen. They'd rather hand one to you. And taking on this titanium-ish titan, in the blue corner, we have... the Warden? Why did I bet my entire life savings on the Iron Golem?
There are plenty of Iron Golems that have killed Wardens. They're very tough.
Oh, isn't the Warden meant to be stronger, though? Doesn't anything in this game make sense?
No.
Doesn't feel quite right.
It's okay.
Good. And there's nothing suspicious about the fact that you're laughing at all.
Let's get ready to rumble! No, but seriously, the truth is... like, how do sometimes mobs lose to a mob that is weaker? Let me explain you why. Like, the truth is really the Warden will destroy an Iron Golem. I have seen YouTube shorts of almost every single mob fighting against every single mob, and it's the Warden winning each time against the Iron Golem. However, let me explain. How can an Iron Golem win? When a Warden gets stuck in a hole or trapped somewhere and he can't attack the Iron Golem, and it's like just stuck in maybe like some gap, and the Iron Golem can hit through, but the Warden is stuck there. Like, it can happen, but in a normal fight, of course, the Iron Golem will lose.
Tall. Many centuries ago, approximately, there was a time when Iron Golems weren't in Minecraft.
There was a point in time where villagers first got introduced, and they were originally called testificates.
What a coincidence! I was also originally called testificates because my parents didn't like me.
They were roaming around
sad.
in village houses, which are actually quite empty at the time. They didn't have many decorations or anything.
They also had no way of defending themselves. It was pretty depressing to visit a village only to discover the skeletons and zombies had beaten you to it.
Players wanted the villagers to be able to use weapons to defend themselves. I really didn't want that, so I thought that they needed some kind of guardian to protect them.
We interviewed several mobs for the role, but soon realized we needed to create a new mob for it. We had lots of ideas for a villager defender, ideas like
Sturdy, mossy, and friendly.
but also
Reliable, and reliable. A mob you can trust.
to trust. I'm not familiar with the concept.
I worked together with another of
That's
our
so cute.
developers, Jon. We both had a little bit of the Iron Giant in mind, but I wanted it to have a villager head because, of course, the villagers would make it in their own likeness.
But a bit bigger, a bit heavier.
This reminds me. Actually, this happened to me when I was like new to Minecraft. I accidentally hit a villager and I didn't want to. And then from behind an Iron Golem came to me and I just died. And I was like very confused of what was going on. Like, why is that Iron Giant attacking me? Like, what did I do? I didn't attack it. But it's like that. If you hurt a villager, you're pretty screwed basically, right? But yeah, the giving flower part... Okay, I don't want to spoil it. Maybe they will talk about this, but I will say at the end of the video where this actually comes from, because it has an origin. Maybe some of you already know it, but yeah, I got surprised by a punch from behind, just like that guy, because I had no clue that they actually defend villagers when I was new to Minecraft. They are very OP. It doesn't matter if you were diamond armor. Sometimes 2-3 hits are enough to take you down.
Would make it in their own likeness.
But a bit bigger, a bit heavier, a bit stronger.
And we couldn't undermine that strong, heavy appearance with a silly voice. Like this! No.
Something that makes
Don't have a
golems
voice.
unique compared to other mobs in Minecraft is that they don't have what we call ambient sounds. The golems are just the material that they're crafted with, iron, and that's what you hear when they walk around. We use something called an impulse response reverb, which is basically an echo recorded into something.
How about we show an example of an impulse response reverb? Like, say, this goat screaming in a canyon. The impulse is our goat friend yelling, the response is the sound that bounces around the canyon, and the reverb is the echo that trails off the canyon. And that's essentially an impulse response.
Wait a second. I didn't know there is such mechanic in Minecraft, huh? So if a mob is in a canyon, makes a certain sound, the sound can bounce off blocks? Guys, is that true? I never actually paid attention to that. I have to now listen more closely next time I encounter a mob near to mountains or if it's in a cave. Because I don't remember it bouncing off the sound from objects. I thought it only comes from the source. I didn't know it actually bounces off.
Yelling, the response is the sound that
So it can-
bounces around the
so it
canyon,
can have an
and
echo,
the
the
reverb
sounds?
is the echo that trails off the canyon. And that's essentially an impulse response reverb. Can we, please stop playing this now?
So you record an echo in a metal can, for example, and then you put other sounds in that echo, and then you have sort of the Iron Golem sounds.
As someone so opposed to showering that I regularly discover new types of moss growing on myself, I was delighted when they finally added a relatable mob to the game.
The vegetation,
Relatable?
the purpose of it is to give it a little bit more variation in the way it looks, but also add age to it, as it's been in that village for a very long time.
It's been here for a
That's why it's
while, and it has
overgrown.
seen some things. And it has seen some things.
Why is he not
I think
defending
Iron
that?
Golem is one of those stereotypical silent giants.
I don't think they're thinking too much. They're just constructs.
Oh, also relatable.
I don't think
Do
it's
they
the
have a
point
soul?
where it's like it's just following orders or it's only doing what it's programmed to do. But it does feel a little bit more like it has this sort of core drive, core purpose.
I'm actually wondering if they have a soul. You know why? Because they do give flowers to villagers. That means they must have some sort of emotion or something. I mean, if they are soulless, they wouldn't have emotions, would they? Or are they just programmed to do that? I don't know. But sometimes I think they maybe have souls.
They take their job very seriously, as I found out when I've accidentally smacked a villager once or twice.
Aha, accidentally.
Yeah, it happened to me
You
too.
do know we record these confessions, right?
Sorry.
One part that I really like about the Iron Golem is that it flings things up in the air when it
Yeah.
attacks them.
There was actually
funny.
a point where Iron Golems could fling wardens up, and as a result, Iron Golems always won. When I saw that
Yeah, if
as
they
a
get
developer,
stuck,
I
like
was
I
almost
said.
offended. I'm like, the warden can't be so easily defeated by just a few iron blocks and a pumpkin. So I specifically nerfed the Iron Golem by making
Oh.
it so they could not fling up wardens.
There is one hostile mob the Iron Golem will never attack, though. Me. I mean, the Creeper.
But
The
why?
Iron Golem attacks me all the time, and rightly so.
We want
This is so annoying, guys. Like, this is something that upset me once, okay? Let me tell you something very embarrassing. Yeah, you can laugh at me now for this because I have to laugh at myself for this. So let me tell you a funny story. So one time I was building a bit longer than usual. So the night was already starting. The first mob spawned. Then I went to sleep, the mobs burnt away, and I walk outside. And then I see this creeper going to my direction. I was living next to a village, right? So I was like, oh, there are at least 2 iron golems in this village. Let me actually walk up to one while the creeper is chasing me. So I stopped right next to the iron golem, and I expected to defend me against this creeper because at this time I didn't have a bow, only a sword, and I was worried that I might trigger an explosion. So I wanted the iron golem to deal with it. There I stand next to the iron golem, and the creeper comes closer and closer, and I'm just thinking in my head, yo, iron golem, when are you going to destroy that creeper that is chasing me? So I wait, that creeper comes up to us and just explodes and nearly kills me. I was like very low health, and it even broke part of the villager house, and it looked ugly then because I was like very close to a building. And I was like, what the heck? Aren't they supposed to attack stuff because they kill spiders and zombies and skeletons? Why not a creeper? And that's when I first learned actually that the creeper can't be attacked by iron golems, what was very weird.
Attacks me all the time, and rightly so.
We want players to be in control of what happens to their world. If there is a random event that causes destruction, the player needs to be involved in some way. So even if a creeper can explode and hurt a player, but then it was technically the player's fault, they should have paid more attention. But if you have 2 mobs that interact with each other that causes destruction, then the players are unable to do much about it.
Still, they defend villages from all the other hostile mobs.
Yeah, except
what
creepers.
higher purpose
But
could
we
there
have
be
cats.
than protecting these poor, defenseless villagers?
You would not.
An iron farm is when a player builds a mechanism that gives them unlimited iron in the cruelest
That
way
structure looks
imaginable.
evil.
At the risk of sounding hyperbolic, this is the worst thing any human being has ever done in the entire history
It
of
makes you
time.
rich
Don't you
though.
think about how the Iron Golem feels about that?
I'm going to take a wild guess and go with no.
I think at this time we reached some kind of understanding, game designer.
There's probably the same moral with some people, like how some people have about being a vegan, right? Like it's like the iron golem is the meat, and there are some people that consume meat and they're like, oh, they're being raised to become my food, right? In the farm. And others are like, wait, animals have feelings too. You can't hurt them to eat them, right? So it's kind of like those two thoughts coming together, right? I personally, I don't have ever done a iron golem farm because I do feel some sort of guilt because of the flower animation. Like I said, I sometimes feel like a bit guilty when I see like an iron farm or something, because I'm like, they're supposed to protect the villagers, they're giving flowers to them and stuff, there's some sort of bonding or something, right? That's probably also why I, for example, feel very horrible when I hear stories of people eating cats or dogs. I'm like, they are very close with humans, they have some friendship, just like the iron golems have friendships with villagers, and you're literally smelting their friends for iron. But you get like really a lot of iron from like an iron farm, like you get rich from that.
Versus players who wants to create these. We want to keep the iron farms, but it needs to require some effort from the player's perspective.
How
Yeah.
could anyone want to hurt these iron
It's a more
icons?
complex
They're a
farm, for
fundamental part of the Minecraft experience, I tell you.
I definitely think the main legacy is the fact that it can be built. It's almost like crafting a mob. You know, the game is built around crafting and the sandbox gameplay, and the fact that you can assemble blocks in a certain way and then a creature comes out, like that to me is very indicative of what Minecraft is.
When you are in a village and you hear the heavy footstep of an iron golem, maybe it's late in the night before you're going to bed, there is something extremely comforting about that sound. You can sense that you are protected. It's okay to go to sleep here.
What a lovely sentiment. Anyone else got something nice to say about the iron golem?
You're doing a good job. Great job. Best.
He never says that about
How
me.
sweet.
Thank you for joining us for this celebration of the iron golem. And if you're one of our snow golem viewers who only watch to see if you got a mention, I'm afraid this sentence is all you're getting.
Oh, are we
See you
getting one next
time.
though about the snow golem? Yo, that was a good video. Let me give this one a thumbs up. Are we also getting like the origin, I mean the story of the snow golem at some point? That would be also fun to check out. But yeah, iron golems, when I first encountered them, like, I first of all didn't know how much damage they would do. And when I accidentally hurt a villager, one just came and literally killed me. And I was like, whoa. And it actually was, I remember I was very terrified to actually go back to that village, because I had no clue if it's still hostile after it kills you and attacks you again or not. But then I didn't want to lose my stuff that I just lost, so I approached the village, and for some reason the iron golem no longer attacked me and I grabbed my stuff. But yeah, like, interesting. Now about the flower, so they didn't say it here, so I'm going to actually say this. And I have to actually look quickly up what anime this is. But there's one anime with golems, and there was a golem that gave the flower to a character. So let me actually check this up. Iron Golem, Minecraft from anime. Let me find the name. Ah, it's from Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky. Yeah, there was actually a scene where a golem gave the flower to someone, right? So it's from there. Yeah, it gave the flower to the kids there. Yeah. Yeah, so this is from the anime. Look here, we actually see it. So this is the anime, and look at the animation. This is pretty much, yeah, identical. Except that this is more like a pink flower, and here we have like a red one. But yeah, that's cool. So that's the origin of the giving the flowers to villagers. It's so sweet. Yeah, I love iron golems. Do you love iron golems too? Let me know in the comment section. And if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time.